Umirem, ali idemo da pojedemo nešto.
Let's go.
There they have a burger, but it's basically everything, like a bunch of different stuff.
Do it.
We'll eat anything at this point.
It was there. Oh shit, now there's a camera.
Yes, pure. I own this much.
Yeah, there's people that own more than you, so.
Yeah,
What's that?
like first Serbian urbanist. He says urbanist, but I don't know if that's the word in English. He determined the position of this street with the first city plan in 1867.
Oh, okay.
That's that.
Yo, I didn't realize that you drove.
Yeah, dude.
That was like
Where are we about to go?
We're about to go to A-Rap Music right now. Where's he playing, guys? Let's go.
It's a big venue up in New Belgrade.
Oh, okay. So we have to drive there.
Expo, yeah.
Oh, it's at the Expo Center.
Yeah, it's like the Expo Center.
Oh shit, where they play the...
Yeah, Stefan drew this on the wall.
What? He does graffiti?
Yeah.
Graffiti art.
Holy shit. That's fucking sick. Oh, we look right at
Big name on a street art scene.
Thank you very much. What's up, dude?
Yeah, super
Without.
teamwork.
That's what's up.
Yo, Boris, if you don't get this guy to fucking give me some tracks to release this year, dude, he's off.
Who, Stefan?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, he used to organize concerts, and he still does, right?
Yeah.
Border over there, yeah. Right. Oh,
Grinch like 2 years younger than me, and it's the case where this dude, like when the work comes in, they drop it on our queue. He sees when he's due, and it's not due tomorrow. Yeah.
So what?
Where are we?
Oh yeah, this is the student park because there's a bunch of universities around. It's like philosophy, philology, physics, stuff like that. Yeah.
da prođemo pored onih, ima dve crkve tamo.
Ajde.
I ona panorama, vidite neka, možda. But this place is very old, and I think
So this is original.
da, može unutra, tačno. Muzej primenjene umetnosti.
To je muzej primenjene umetnosti, ali nije?
Brate, it's
Applied Arts Museum, right? I'm pretty sure it's that. To je savremeno. We don't know what that is.
This dude's got a fireplace? What? What did Stylez say?
He's still busy, but
Ćao, ovo je jedan onako poprilično tipičan srpski porodični restoran u kome možete naručiti svakakva fina jela, kao što su na primjer, šta znam, Big Mac, veliki pomfrit, McFlurry ili tako već neke fine stvari. Prijatno.
Call me Straja. I'm from Belgrade, Serbia. Something from nothing.
Yeah.
Here, you know. My family, where they were born here in Belgrade, we used to move all the way, you know, living in different places around Yugoslavia. So in '89, when I was born, no, I was born in '82. So at that time, year after that, they moved to Sarajevo. And we were living there till '89, '90, a year before the war broke.
Yeah.
Jel zvuk preglasan, a? Da se čujemo dobro. Okay. My family moved back in Belgrade. Actually, not in Belgrade, it's the outskirts of Belgrade, because outside of Belgrade there's a lot of villages, you know, that slowly, as the city, you know, expanded, they became the part of the city, you know. So I grew up in one of those villages where my grandparents used to live when they came. And they were like, you know, village people, you know, just working on the fields, you know. They were farmers, actually. My grandparents, and grandparents, actually. Pradeda.
Yeah.
How did I get into music? Well, I was always into music, you know. As a kid, you know, started listening to. I mean, everybody loves music, you know.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't have music programs at the school, but I was always into kind of pop music, not that much into those kind of stuff they were teaching us, you know, in the school, those songs and that kind of stuff. I was into rock and roll. And that's why I wanted to learn to play the guitar, and I was always like, I want to learn to play the guitar, and then, like, I started playing in elementary school, you know, just. There was this guy who was giving lessons. So he started teaching me guitar, but it was, you know, classic kind of stuff. And I was really born to pretty dosadilo mi jako brzo to. And then after that I started playing. So I'm a guitar player, you know, actually. And then in high school we had a band. You know, we used to get, you know, nothing special. We were just a bunch of kids, you know, fooling around with instruments, you know, going on in practice spaces, and then, you know, drinking beer and playing stuff. And I don't know. At one point, actually, at the end of my high school days, I started to get interested in hip hop music, because it was big at that time in Belgrade. It was the second wave of hip-hop artists, you know, and the scene was building up and everything. Right now hip-hop is really huge here, you saw it, you know. So we started making some beats, you know. It was the first time I started doing something, you know, entirely by myself. The rhythm section and everything, you know, doing on you know, the synth work and that kind of stuff, the basic synth works. I was going through presets and that kind of stuff in Reason.
Okay, so wait a minute. You started with Reason?
Yeah, I started with Reason.
Damn.
Because it was the first thing I that came into my, you know, possession. Like my friend gave me, like, you should check out the Reason. So I started fooling around with the drum machines and that kind of stuff, or all in the box. But at the same time, we were like, the beats that we're making were like partly made. We recorded the guitars. I used, you know, I would just play something on the guitar and do some basic rhythm down, and then play the bass. So it had some live vibe to it, you know. It wasn't all beats, you know. And there wasn't that much sampling, even though we used also samples. So we had this project, you know, hip hop project for a while, like a year or so, and then I got bored of it, and then I stopped making music. Just playing guitar at my, you know, at my bedroom, actually. Tako da, i onda svirao sam gitaru, u principu, ono, ne, improvizovao sam, dosta sam kao, nisam učio neke pesme koje su kao tablature, skidao muziku, nego sam radio nekim svojim riffovima, ono, tripovao se tako kuće. Što nisam imao novca koji bi mogao da investiram u opremu, tako da sam tako svirao malo gitaru. And then, actually, I was in my late 20s, 26 years old, when I met my best friend Jole, who's in the States now. We, by accident, met with the other guy, the third guy, and we were like, should we make a band? He was like, let's make a band, and we made a band, you know. We started, you know, fooling around, practicing, going to studio. At that time, there was a whole scene in Belgrade who was like, that was like really hot, you know. A lot of bands, people started making music, so we, you know, started practicing in this space. That there's a lot of practice rooms, bands hanging around, you know. So, and we like we've been doing that for like 3 or 4 years, and that's how I got really back into music again. And at the same time, as that started, because a lot of my friends were into DJing and that kind of stuff, I got interested into music software, you know, but not in the DJing kind of way, but in the production kind of way. And that's how I ended up using Ableton, you know. My friend just gave it to me, like, you should try Ableton, and I was like, oh, really? And what is it? And you can check it out. And I just, you know, installed it on my PC, opened it up, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And the day after that, I was like, I had some money, you know, stashed, and I was like, because I was on the internet, you know, just trying to find out what I need to make music, and then I decided I should buy a sound card and a MIDI controller. So I took that money, like all that I had, and I just bought a MIDI controller and a sound card, the shitty one. And then I started producing things, you know, in my room. So it was at the same time like the band and doing some stuff by myself at home with my computer and instruments. So that was like 5 years ago. So the way I met Nenad was, I knew him for a while from my friend's stories, you know, because my really close friend knew him, but I didn't knew Nenad, you know. So when I started making music, he heard some of my stuff, and he was like, oh, listen to this stuff, this is my friend Nenad. And I was like, oh, this is really good, you know. He was, by then he was really into it, you know, doing a lot of different stuff. So it was really interesting to me, and he heard some of my stuff and he was like, oh wow, this is great. We should do something in that time. So we got connected in some through music, you know, and through scene, because we went in some same parties, you know, hanging around. But we never made music together, you know. It was just, you know, he heard some of my stuff, some of my tracks, and I heard some of his tracks. And funny story is, like, they had this party, really big party, a few years back, in this place, drugstore, that was really underground club that was kind of hot at that time. And like, on that day I started doing some track, and I like did it in one day, and I had this like a 12-minute track that was just a bunch of things that I did in that day, and the party was cool, you know. So I didn't go to the party. I remember I came early in the morning, around 5 or 6 a.m., you know, with the track on my USB, and I was like, man, oh, the food is here.
You want to take a break?
No, man, let's finish this story. Yeah. So,
the burgers.
You don't want this shit to get cold.
okay,
I think we should take a break.
let's take a break. I'm gonna pause.
Cool.
Stigla hrana.
Wait up. Take this shit.
Jimmy,
Jolie.
some Rakiya.
That's for you.
More lighting, you know? Good thing I shaved, but poorly. I got stubbles everywhere. Fuck that, man. Such a bad idea. I like to take this opportunity to say fuck Coke, fuck this company, and I hate them.
But you like burgers, right?
No, I love burgers.
Alright, so Nenad,
Yeah.
how did the scene start in Belgrade with Mystic Stylez?
Yeah, so yeah, I just knew Boris and Žarko. They were playing a lot, but I was just mostly playing house parties and just at my friends' places, shit like that. I wasn't that much into, you know, club performing and shit, because the scene was kind of whack back then, and it wasn't whack, it was okay, but I don't know, I just didn't feel like I want to be a part of it. So Boris and Žarko kind of put me onto it to play with them, and yeah, basically we made this crew, and over time got other friends to join who are like-minded, but we all play different kinds of we all play different styles, and it kind of fits together really well. So it just grew, it just blew up, and now, yeah, we just constantly make parties. That's kind of what we do all the time.
And so how has it progressed since you started, like?
Oh yeah. When we started, we had like a Tuesday night on the boat, and 5 people come and dance, you know. But I don't know. I don't know if the word got out or what, but more and more people started coming, and yeah, man, I'm not really sure. You know, I was there, but it was just madness. We just kept doing our thing. That's not much more to it, you know. Like, but we tried to book people that we like, not just their music, but like how they treat, you know. Shit, I can't speak, man. Rewind that.
Yeah, you're cool.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go from the top. This is weird. Okay, make sure to cut that shit. So yeah, in the beginning there was almost no one coming to the parties. It was winter time. There was like 3-4 people, you know. But slowly, more and more people started getting into it, and yeah, man, like we were booking artists that we like, and they gave us a lot of support because they really liked how things are going here, the way that we make parties, the way that everyone's so relaxed and not obsessed with technical stuff or with, you know, personal stuff. So it was all about the music, and everyone liked that. So we got a lot of support, and that kept us going. So now it's where it is. I don't know.
How long you got?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we've been making parties for a long time, individually, but as a group, as Mystic Stylez, it's been going on for about 3 or 4 years, and we're not actually exactly sure. We made like our 3rd birthday party, but it could be longer than that.
And so what are you guys doing now? Who are you booking? What kind of shows are you playing?
Currently, we want to bring everyone from Tech Life to Belgrade, and that is almost done. There's just 2 or 3 more guys that need to come, and then we'll have them all here. We really want to do that because we got a really good connection with them, and they're all great guys, and we love the music. So that's first and foremost. But after that, we're bringing Edison Groove very soon, and I don't know, stuff like that.
And you guys are saying that you guys...
Yeah, about the different styles. We sometimes it all depends on how we announce the night. So sometimes there's gonna be like 6 of us, and all of us are gonna play our thing. So it's gonna be a very mixed night, and people that come kind of know what to expect. But also, most of the time we just split into 2 or 3 people who play the most similar stuff, or it doesn't have to be similar, but goes well together, you know. And yeah, the people here generally, they just love to party, you know, and also they're not, they needed time to get used to what we're doing, and when Boris and Žarko started playing footwork, in the beginning they were just emptying the clubs, you know, people were just leaving, they weren't feeling it, they couldn't understand it, but over time they really actually got into it, and now everything is as it should be, you know. It's just a matter of time until people figure out if they like something or not. But we were really trying to push that sound, and it worked. At the same time, I play a lot of techno gigs in other clubs such as Drugstore, like completely outside of the crew. But I'm, you know, always definitely the Mystic Stylez as a whole is the main thing that I care about. So.
Do you think
I kind of went into another thing there, but it's just freestyling.
Do you think the city has a lot to do with the scene, or do you think it's like a lot of people seeing?
Yeah, that is something that I do hear from a lot of people about the atmosphere of the city, the energy of the city, and the people. But it's really hard for me to talk about that from my perspective because I'm from here, you know, and it feels kind of strange for me to be like, yeah, you know, Belgrade's got this awesome energy and stuff. So I don't know. It's just this country has been through a lot of weird periods, you know, and people have experienced a lot of weird shit throughout the years. So I guess you know, coming to club nights is a really good thing for everyone, you know. So they find themselves in there or something like that. Because I know we do, you know. For us, it's if we weren't able to do this, we would go mad for sure.
How did you guys link up, you know, originally?
So essentially we met on this IRC chat, which essentially is just like high-tech chat room for hacker nerds, I guess. And essentially we were just sharing music on this site, and essentially just linked up, and it was a case where we're both making tracks and sending them back and forth just to have each other listen to them, just to see like, hey, you know, here's another pair of ears on my track, you know. So after a while, we're kind of just thinking it over and like, hey man, why don't we just release our own music? Got to the point where we're actually making like good enough tracks that we thought we could put on vinyl and like actually release. So yeah, that's how that started, and then from there just like started trying to get other people to that made similar music to release their stuff with us as well. So, you know.
Yeah, man. This site had their own like internet radio that allowed you to play DJ sets, and basically we were listening to each other's sets, and we figured out that it's pretty similar taste, but we had different tracks, you know, and yeah, what he said.
No doubt.